Good evening, Kindred. I am Teranz, and welcome back to more Vampire the Masquerade Shadows of New York. I don't know why I always need like a minute to be like, what was the name of this game again? It's what? All right. Anyway, last time we talked to Mr. Vander Wyden. We also had a discussion about religion with the father, and that's more or less it. I am going to rest. I decided to wait just in case there's a thing like this. Oh, you're up early. Yeah, I told you we got work to do. I stretch. That's admirable. It reminds me of that one quote you always used to throw around. A lot of people say you can't smoke dope and get drunk when you got kids, and that's not true. You can, but you still gotta get up in the morning. That's being responsible. That's the one. I never understood why it was so hilarious to you. Neither did I. I just accepted the mystery and made it my personal credo. I'm a responsible person. Are you planning to have kids? Not in a million years. By the way, you've got mail. An envelope by the door. It's from Kadir. Inside is a message saying he won't be able to make it tonight, but we'll rendezvous tomorrow to meet D'Angelo. He wants me to lay low until then, and to stay in this apartment if possible. Apparently nobody knows where Tamika is. They only know she's in trouble and he doesn't want me near it. Well, what is it? Looks like I need to hit the town. Next lead. Probably useless, but the investigation continues. It would be more fun to spend some more time together, you know. Dakota, you know this is important to me. I know. I'd like to know I'm important to you as well. That makes two of us. Just a few more days, I'll find the killer, kick his ass, get a promotion, and we'll do something we've never done before. Like what? Good question. I'll think of something. For now, catch up on your work. I need to get going. Fine. Good luck. Stay safe. You know it. The place is weirdly empty tonight. Ah, well. I'll have the usual. I feel there's a big, what are we doing in this relationship talk coming if I don't change my ways. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised it hasn't happened. But most of the time, Dakota has seemed happy enough just listening to the stories of my own life. Even if it's all Bormal and ignoring to me. Sorry, since I messed it up, I was trying to figure out what the reverse of the mess up was. Anyway, even if it's all boring and normal to me, it's exotic and engrossing to her. Guess I have that going for me. Ah, well. I have no idea what to do tonight, so I'll just do the obvious thing and wing it. These vagabond shoes are longing to stray right through the very heart of it, or however it went. Time to lose myself in the busy streets and pray that the answers I'm looking for are out there. If they're not, maybe I'll at least find some amusement or blood instead. Alright, so we've got interview or... Let's try this one. There it is, that distinct vibe of Manhattan's residential area. And an unmistakable scent of casserole enveloping the surroundings in a heavenly aura. The atmosphere of desolation makes it feel more like purgatory, though. There's not a single soul in sight, and... oh, crap. Looks like I'm not alone after all. Some guy's exerting himself climbing in a nearby tree. I instinctively take a step into the shadows to remain out of his line of sight. I can barely see anything from where I stand. 3 minutes go by and he doesn't make a single move. Dear Lord. Even when you come across someone planning a weird stunt in this place, it's as lethargic as everything else. Whatever he's playing, it's definitely not worth the wait. My patience runs thin. Hey, free solo, get down here. The trespasser pivots rapidly, startled by the sound of my voice. Just as he notices me, he loses his footing and dives straight into the front yard of the nearest house. Aw, shit. He drops to the ground with a muffled thump. Luckily for him, the lawn hasn't been trimmed for a while and the tall grass cushions his landing. Somewhat. As soon as he recovers, the guy gets up and starts limping towards the fence. He tries to climb over it, but quickly ends up back on the ground, clutching his leg in pain. He turns to me and starts begging under his nose. Hey, you, ouch, shit, please, I'm hurt. Do me a solid. Open the gate. But with his ankle twisted, he's not going to get out of this mess on his own, and it's not like I'm particularly law-abiding. So why shouldn't I help him now? Just stay where you are and don't move. I know how to... And shut the fuck up. Relax, I got this. In 2 swift bouncy steps, I reach the front gate. Obviously, it's locked, but it's not like that's ever stopped me before. Once I'm sure no one can see me, I focus my strength on the gate and pry until the quiet crack announces that the lock has given in. The extraction goes as smoothly as it ever could. I get in quickly, take the guy by his arm, and help him slowly limp out of the front yard. I let him go a few steps later. He's leaning against the fence with noticeable relief. Ouch, thanks man, I really appreciate it. The hell were you doing up there? Well, this is embarrassing. More than falling on your ass like that? He chuckles slightly and looks up to the window, the same one he was trying to reach a few moments ago. This is going to sound pathetic as hell, but my crush lives in this house. Her shithead father kind of hates my guts, so we get out together in secret. Because of her folks nagging, she can't seem to make up her mind about us. She explicitly told me not to swing by her house, but you thought it was a good idea to climb up the walls and of her keep. There. All right. Sorry. Now the sentence is making sense. Sometimes, and I think I've said it before, I'll read a sentence, but like I'll put weird breaks in it so that it just doesn't, the flow gets interrupted and it doesn't make sense to me. So now I understand it. So let's start over from the beginning. But you thought it was a good idea to climb up the walls of her keep like a goddamn Prince Charming and break your neck on her front yard. My remark really gets to him. Yeah, but what can I do? Give up on her when in my heart of hearts I know she loves me as much as I love her? It ain't easy being this cheesy. She's got you good, huh? That she does. Well... Listen, you look like a big boy. Get your act together and confront her father. What, like right now? No, you bozo. Fix your leg first, then rehearse the best dance speech of your life, and talk your way through his prejudice. Even if that fails, at least you'll show him some guts. Dads like that, you know. Daughters too. Shit, man, I guess you're right. There's no point in delaying the inevitable, is there? He nods at me with gratitude and waves goodbye before limping off to wherever he lives. Even though my hunger entices me, I do not follow. At least my peeping eyes scored another victory tonight. What a cute story. Heartwarming, nostalgic. It's just too bad it's too cliche to steal from my writing. What? You don't write anymore. Yeah, but it's not like you can simply stop thinking like a writer. Gotta use that energy somewhere else. Elsewhere somehow. But for now, let's just start heading towards downtown. All of a sudden, the world ends. Everything stops. I'm lost in the darkness and there's not even a heartbeat to guide me. It's like sleep paralysis, except it feels as if I suddenly woke up from reality instead of a dream. Instinctively, I react in the same way I used to react whenever I woke up in the middle of the night, aware but not able to move or speak. I just wait for it to pass. But instead of slowly regaining control, I just see a bizarre room emerge from the darkness. Just look at her, flesh refusing its fate. It is. All right. It's not the one you were looking for, is it? He was led like a lamb to the slaughter, and as a sheep is silent before the shears, he did not open his mouth. There is none righteous, not even one. There is none who understands. There is none who seek for God. All have turned aside. Together they have become useless. If anyone curses his father or mother, he must be put to death. Raging waves of the sea, foaming up their own shores, wandering stars for whom is reserved the blackness of darkness forever. For we wrestle not against the flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And in those days men seek death and shall not find it, and shall desire to die, and death shall flee from them. Whenever I become one with the darkness, there's always this nagging fear that it might be impossible to become the normal me again. That instead of the shadows returning to normal, I will let my consciousness be dragged somewhere else, somewhere between the worlds. Somewhere like this, wherever this is. This is the first time that fear has come true. Are you afraid? It's a bad idea to answer. Don't do it. Yes. Ah, excellent. 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 I think I need to sit in this chair. I think I need to sit this chair. I sit in the chair. Still in the lean years and unworthy of joining the rest. However, the path is open, and it is the path of obligation, liability, a debt that will be repaid one day. And when she asks what brought you here, let your response be a scent of death. Suddenly, I feel my mind begin to drift away from here. I am slowly starting to regain control over my thoughts. No, you aren't. Yes, I am. Fine, think whatever you want. I find myself in a dark corner leaning against a wet, cold brick wall. I think I'm conscious again, back from wherever it was, awake, but in an unfamiliar place. Well, let's just hope it's still New York City. I emerge from the shadows to see where I am. A source of light above my head momentarily blinds me, causing me to instinctively raise my hand. As I do, I hit some sort of garbage bag with my hand. It falls to the floor, letting loose a metallic din. What the fuck? A woman. I feel her hand grabbing my clothes. She brutally drags me closer. With one of my hands already above my head, I raise the other. Easy. Peace. I mean you no harm. How long have you been there? I don't know. I've got no idea what I'm doing here, or in general, really. It's like sometimes the forces I control figure out how to control me. What are you, a junkie? No, you're a kindred. Yeah. Keep your shit together, damn it. I'm Julia Sawinski, the representative of the Lasombra in New York City. Camarilla? Uh-huh. I'm a Camarilla investigator. Well, if you came here to catch me, you're going to be sorry you tried, Miss Lasombra. No. Stop there. Stop right there. I wasn't ordered to catch anybody. I'm just investigating Douglas Callahan's death. This surprises her. She loosens her grip slightly. Callahan is dead? Nothing left but a rotten carcass and a musty robe. Well, I'll be damned. I've been off the grid for too long. What brought you here? A memory from a different world pops in my head. Yeah, I think I know the right answer. A scent of death. She lets me go. I rub my eyes and finally get a good look at her face. She is gorgeous, and judging by her nomadic clothes and the particularly fierce aura, she is probably an outlander. Okay, that's just what they're referring to Gangrel as. Okay. We'll have a talk, you and I. Sure, what's your name? Tamika. Pass me a smoke, will you? If only I could, my heart would skip a beat right now. Tamika. I guess once again, someone out there led me to the proper path. Yeah, sure. When I pass her a cigarette, I realize I'm standing in something wet. Something that smells tasty. I look at my feet and see a puddle of water mixed with blood. Oh, I get it. Were these guys First Light? The high-powered guns and expensive-looking outfits, flashbangs, tasers, all chosen specifically to combat the undead. I recognize that equipment from some horror stories I've heard. Sorry, just a lot of talking. And a lot of talking in a row, just a little bit of a drink. Anyway, First Light, SI, USSOCOM, whatever they call themselves, they all bleed the same. Usually before I have a chance to ask them a single question. Government-funded inquisitors. Some claim they're connected to the US government, some claim they're supported by the anti-kindred faction in the Holy See, some have even wilder theories. You did this all by yourself? Have you seriously seen nothing? Nothing at all. I shake my head. Believe it or not, I have no idea how I got here. I just kind of let the shadows guide me. Is that a Lasombra thing? I've never actually talked to any of you. No idea what you guys can actually do. Still learning the ropes myself. Go with the flow and all that. My embrace was just a few months ago. Huh. So you folks are with the Ivory Tower now. Last I checked, you were with the Sabbat. The Camis wouldn't forgive all of the troubles you've caused them overnight. Again, I'm practically still a neonate. I just know there's a lot of bad blood between my clan and the others, and that I can expect at least one glare of pure contempt whenever I visit Elysium. Ha, I see. You smoke in silence for a short while. You haven't answered my question. You did this all by yourself? Yeah, I've been hunting these guys for the past few months. Aren't they extremely dangerous? Almost got me for good last year. Took me a few weeks to get back in action. Then why are you doing this? Those motherfuckers have an unfortunate tendency to hurt people I care about. My brothers, my sisters. I see. I don't know how it is in other cities, but here, funny enough, they only seem to target marginalized and radicalized kindred, ones that could theoretically pose a threat to the current order. Meanwhile, the establishment in New York hasn't really changed ever since Calibros stepped down. Quite the opposite. Every SI raid in the city has only strengthened the old paradigm. Almost makes you think their goal is something other than protecting the citizens from the blank body menace. Tamika throws her cigarette into the puddle, unfinished, and crushes it under her heel. She obviously has difficulties smoking. It's like she only ever tried it a few times. I assume she saw me carry a pack and decided to try to calm her nerves after the battle. Or maybe she just wanted an excuse to make our conversation less awkward. Who knows? So, are you planning to snitch on me, Shadow Girl? And why would I do that? Let me get this straight. You really think I am dumb enough to believe for 1 second that a Camarilla investigator would just so happen to stumble upon the alley where I just killed a bunch of SI motherfuckers? If so, you're the one who's dumb, sister. Looks like I need to show her I mean business, just like I showed Nastia yesterday. Look, I couldn't give two shits whether you killed one or a dozen or 1,000 SI operatives. Whatever, do your thing. But I do think you might have actually been involved in a murder that actually concerns me. Callahan's murder. What are you talking about? I found this on his body. Well, what remained of it. I show her the note. She tries to grab it to read it, but I don't let her. Aside from your name, we've got Hope, Agathon, and D'Angelo. You know them? Passingly. Any idea why Callahan would need a list of all your names? I might know why, yeah. Do you? Absolutely. Do you know a man who goes by the name of Torque? Huh. Of course I do. Do you know about his connection to Boss Callahan, and by proxy to this list and me? No, I'm all ears. Well, that's too bad because it's classified intel, sister. What do you mean by classified? Not free. Oh, great. As if I were in the position to or could afford any sort of quid pro quo. But fine, let's hear it. What do you want? She motions towards the bodies. I've killed too many of these assholes. They're tightening the screws. As it is, New York City is no longer safe for someone like me. Well, not that it ever was. Oh man, bracing for something unreasonable. What I need is a way out of the city. You offer that to me, I give you the intel you need. Huh, would you look at that? That's something I can actually something I can handle, actually. Yeah. She raises her eyebrows. That's a surprisingly confident answer for a practically still a neonate. I'm something of an immigration officer. Gotta say, you sound awfully close to a cop. Almost as bad. A bureaucrat. I know of a secret pathway that would lead you to the West Coast 100% safe travel. If you took it, you'd be untraceable. Sounds too good to be true. What's the catch? Wait until you see how much it costs. The only reason I know of this route is because a certain Nazi criminal group reached out to me on account of my position and offered a mutually beneficial deal regarding illegal kindred travel. Normally I'd refuse, but they offer me the only thing that can buy me. A lot of cash. Fine then. Money is not an issue. That's something I never had a chance to ever say in earnest. Okay then. You should assist me first, then we'll figure out how to transport you out of the city. Hell no. Is this really the extent of your negotiation skills? Why would you think this kind of line would work? Well, I'm an optimist. Trying to be, at least. But yeah, we do need a way to open this deal that would satisfy both of us. Have you met Torque before? In the course of your investigation? Or before? I wanted to, but on the Anarch side I only managed to meet Mia, and she wasn't keen on the idea of the two of us meeting. Ah, yes, Mia. Her expression betrays she's got some vicious stories to tell, but it would be beneath her to divulge them. Too bad. Maybe it could be a bonding experience. So here's the thing. A few months ago, Torque and I were together. A lot of things happened, and long story short, I no longer feel close to him. But from what I know, he still feels close to me. Back when I thought there might be something between us, I gave him a ring that had a lot of sentimental value to me. And since these days sentimentality is all that keeps me going, I want it back. So my suggestion is, tell Torque's people I sent you to get inside his base of operations, meet up with him, ask him your questions, and convince him to give me my ring back. You get to interrogate him, then I get to have my ring back, then you hear my side of the story, then I get to leave the city with your help. Everybody wins more than once. They'll really let me in just because I tell them you sent me. They will, trust me. That sounds too easy. What caused the two of you to drift apart? Irreconcilable differences in worldview. Well, I assume so, but that's a diplomatic answer. If I'm going to involve myself in the relationship drama of two ex-lovers, I need something more to go on. Will you? Yeah. She picks her words carefully. I realized I had become an element of his carefully crafted, projected image. Having me as a radical partner allows him to present himself as a mediator while paying lip service to revolutionary ideas. A mediator. That's the 21st century for you. Everyone wants to be a middleman these days, and nobody wants to do what's right. You serious? Whenever I hear about Torque from the Ancilla, they talk about him like he's the second coming of Mao. If you ever seen that, it's only because from time to time, people like me pushed him into doing an uneasy thing. Ever heard of the Southern Wolf and the Northern Fox? Both of them want to eat you for dinner. But only the Southern Wolf makes it immediately obvious. The tricky Northern Fox makes eyes and allows you to pet him before taking a bite. Torque loves to surround himself with Northern Foxes. They talk of compromise. They seem reasonable compared to the opposition. But at the end of the day, they have eyes on the same prize, power. Hearing this gives me a foreboding feeling, but I can't quite nail down why. Alright, tell me where to go, and I'll tell you where we'll meet later. Alright, well, this seems like a good place to call the episode. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time with more Shadows of New York.